we must remember this. We have to be different in order to make a difference. So believe in yourself, believe in a community who is like-mindedness and you could be cheerleading you on and supporting you all the way to live and fulfill your greatness.
Welcome to the Balance Boldly podcast for ambitious women in business and a few brave men. I'm Naketa Thigpen, your host and balance and relationship advisor, partnering with you to change the narrative so we can amplify intimacy within and across your relationships, and you can finally have the freedom, flexibility, and confidence to thrive in work life and in love. To all of you who have been riding out with us, I would just like to say congratulations. We are in season 19 of the Balance Boldly podcast. This is exciting on so many levels. If you didn't know, we used to have a podcast called Balance Beam. It was my baby. And like all babies, you have to grow them up and kick them out the house when they're ready to go off to college. And hence there came Balance Boldly. So I am excited that we have grown this baby to this point, which is still very much teenage level for where we are, but we're excited because recently, if you guys didn't know, we won some really great recognition. FeedSpot noted us as the number 8 of the top 35 women in business podcasts. Woo! So we are very, very excited for that, which allows us to just have a bigger and broader reach into getting to all of those ambitiously bold entrepreneurs, emerging leaders, and just all those women and few brave men that are out there that really need access to these balance tools for their life, their love, and for their business, right? So we're really excited about that. So thank you for all of you who have been riding out with us, continuing in that thread. And for those of you who are new to Balance Boldly, you are coming in at perfect timing. I have such a treat for you right now. I am so grateful for the energy and the vibration that jumps off this woman's face, in addition to her history and her ability to be kind of a poster child for someone who has learned how to survive and move past that and propel, not just for herself, but for so many of the other women and those few brave men who are willing to follow her into the world of their next best self. I would love to introduce to you right now, Genecia Alluora, former Miss Singapore and Southeast Asia Woman of Excellence in 2010. She is currently the founder of Soul Rich Woman, the #1 female entrepreneur network in Southeast Asia that connects more than 200,000 women across the region, with presence in 7 countries, including Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. She is breathtakingly beautiful and incredible to boot. The recipient of International Progressive Women Award 2019 by Aesthetics International, the Council for Progressive Women, and the Iconic Influencer 2019 Award, Genecia has a vision to empower 1 million women. She is passionate about helping women take their business from offline to attracting clients online, get the recognition and build a brand as a leader or business owner, and make a positive impact in the world. Genecia wants every woman to be able to own the F word, being fabulous, having freedom and financial independence. I have to say that in addition to this being perfect timing with all the things that we've been experiencing in this world right now, her model in and of itself is a billboard campaign that a lot of us in the US have been seeing kind of a version of this. Her model that she's had for way beyond this moment we're experiencing now is alone we are strong, together we are unstoppable. Genecia, welcome to the Balance Boldly podcast. I am so excited to have you today.
Thank you for having me on your show, Naketa.
You're welcome. So I have to say, before we dive super deep into just exploring how you got here and you know, all the things that you've had to balance to this point, you have had the magical privilege and opportunity to be doing already and training other women how to become what so many are nervous about right now, which is moving their offline businesses online and still being heard above the noise. So I would love to know more about how you decided that that would be the footprint that you would leave as your legacy, to kind of go into the digital business from that perspective.
First and foremost, I was an image consultant before, and I was doing a lot of coaching and consultancy work. And I was basically trading time for money. I work, I get paid. I work, I get paid. When I didn't work, I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
So I didn't want any or more of such a life. I don't see myself at that point where if I were to grow old, what is it that I want? So it's kind of like a bucket list kind of thing. Like, okay, nah, this is not what I want to do. And therefore, I decided to go from offline to online. I explored many, many different ways. Eventually, in 2013, I found a way to go online, making my first $100,000 in 3 months and $1 million within a single year.
Wow.
And then later on, invested into a cafe retail chain, which we grew from 0 to 3 countries: Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and had 18 franchisees and licensees. And after 4 years, we exited to a public listed company owner. So that in itself has taught me so much about offline business, at the same time being successful online. I really wanted to put together my experiences to help women to kind of like shortcut their success.
Yeah.
And therefore, I started Soul Rich Woman in 2014. And while I was actually doing the cafe business, I was moonlighting already on the online space, moonlighting in online space. And it was fun. I mean, with just a webcam and internet, because I was based in Indonesia. So I had to show up every single Wednesday. I chose to show up every single Wednesday on the online space, and running like 2-hour webinars, and I had zero viewers back then.
Mm-hmm.
Zero. And we all start with zero, right?
Yeah.
And so I mastered the F word, which was the funnels and Facebook ads, and that was how I built, you know, my following eventually, and grew from my zero to the first 100 to the first 1,000.
That
Above all,
incredible.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it was not easy a journey to start with, and now I'm very happy with the results that we are getting. The women coming on board, because we do one thing and one thing only, which is to coach and mentor women to go bring their business online, as well as to bring their leadership brand online. It's never just about a logo, a picture, a quote, a video, or a color or a
Mm-hmm.
website. It's never about that. It's really about how you turn it into a message where people will resonate with you and eventually buy from you.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love that. I love, first of all, that you're doing what needs to be done. And right now, I hate to say the C word, which is COVID-19 right now, right? That's really shutting down so many states, cities, and countries, and forcing people who were kind of timid about moving their businesses online or creating online businesses, or, to your point, taking their thought leadership that they had if they were leaders or emerging leaders in a professional space, and also continuing to leverage an opportunity to share that thought leadership with people across the world online that they wouldn't normally be able to reach if they were just kind of going to the brick and mortar every day. So I think that there's a tremendous amount of value that I don't need to repeat because you've done such a good job doing it. There's also that confidence issue that people have that come up. And I don't know if you face any of this, Genecia, but I know when we first thought about just the thought of dealing with technology a few years ago, we've only been in business for 9 years. And we've definitely tinkered around with various, 12-week boot camps and, 1-year-long memberships and various different things when we were just kind of trying to figure out the figure-outables of a funnel, that beautiful F word that you mastered. And one of the bigger things that came up for me, as well as a lot of my clients years later, once I kind of moved into adding business strategy to what we did, was it wasn't that they didn't believe that they could gain the skill to be able to master what would go into creating an online business. It was the confidence that they were lacking, that they could do it and deal with all the flubs that you and I both know just kind of come with it. Like you might be doing a 2-hour webinar with nobody there. And, and you're talking with such good energy and you're trying to move through it as if there is someone there, because at the end of the day, from a strategic level, you can repurpose that webinar, right? And like use it as a pre-recorded or whatever the case is, or just use the content for clips and other things. But I think that that's a huge issue for women and men, but definitely women who are interested in being a part of your programs now, or just trying to figure out if online is for them because they're really petrified. They're feeling like they won't be heard above the noise, and they're also worried about all the technology and all of that, which of course on the other side, like the theme of our interview today is really under love and, right? Like love and success. They're so overwhelmed as ambitious women trying to get all those things done to get up and online. Hopefully they follow a coach like you, an advisor like yourself, who's already have proven, concepts to get it done. But if they're still tinkering and figuring it out, it's also not good for what's going on in the bedroom for them. They're not having the happiest relationships or being the best parents because they're so overwhelmed with anxiety and lack of confidence. Did you see that kind of, as you were growing your business, or deal with any of that yourself?
I think the confidence part is to master that takes some time. I think what is biggest stopping entrepreneurs to go online is, will someone like my post if I post?
Mm-hmm.
Will there be anybody listening if I were to do my podcast? Will there be people watching my YouTube videos if I were to do it? We all start from zero. We all start somewhere. So it's to really quit thinking and start doing. Showing up consistently in the online space is already the key fundamentals of going online. Because if you look left, you look right, somebody else is online on the same platform as you. They
Mm-hmm.
have the same thing. Then how are you going to be different? We must remember this. We have to be different in order to make a difference. So believe in yourself, believe in a community who is like-mindedness, and you could be cheerleading you on and supporting you all the way to live and fulfill your greatness. So stand up right now and say, yes, this is my time and I'm ready for the next step.
You said that so well. I'm back here trying to not to mess up the microphone and clap in your ear, but yes, very, very well said. To your point, you have to see yourself being able to get it done in order to be able to do it. No, I commend you with being able to say that so succinctly. So thank you for that. So on the other side of this, as you're building this wonderful business, you're already at this point, and this is 2020 we're in, you've already reached more than 200,000 plus women through your platforms, and probably countless others that you were able to empower, but perhaps just, didn't necessarily move forward with the next steps to being a part of the various program that you have with your mentorship. What does life look like for you when you're at home and you're just trying to, play things down and enjoy your family and all the responsibilities that your business is able to afford you the privilege to be able to, seed into?
I think the key thing here is I'm able to strike a balance in the things that I do, because I have built a team of 21 virtual team online, and because I believe in the power of delegation. Really learn how to delegate 80% of your to-do list, so that to your assistant, so that you can make money online and truly focus on your zone of genius. So I think one thing I've done really well, right now, is that I could focus on my zone of genius. I just do what I'm really good at,
Yeah.
and focus on my strength, so that I can spend time with my family, play with my cats, and still be able to have that, part of the relationship that I truly treasure. And that's why I become an entrepreneur, and that's why I bring my business online, and that is why I look at, how can we stand out in the online marketplace and be recognized as a leader in the online space. So I really believe in delegating. And for you who's listening in right now, are you delegating out, even though you are new? Because people are so afraid of delegating.
Right.
Oh, because I can do better than the virtual assistant, because I can do better than the staff. But hey, you know what? Hey, have some trust, okay? I mean, you need to learn how to empower somebody else to do their work. So set in process, set in systems so that they can learn and be empowered to succeed, right? I mean, you can't be doing everything all alone. That's why I said, alone you are strong, together we are unstoppable. For $50 a week or $50 a month, outsource a few hours of your time, something that you hate doing the most, to someone else who can do it better than you, so that you can really focus on your zone of genius. Do you do pedicure? Do you do manicure? Do you like do your hair? Go for a spa? If you say yes, you have some money lying around somewhere. So take out that $50 and invest in yourself, invest into your business so that you can have more time with your family, because ultimately we want to do more with less.
Absolutely. I 1,000% agree. And what came up for me when you were talking was on the other side of your business, because you help a lot of entrepreneurs, and we have about 70 to 80% of our listeners are entrepreneurs, but we also have some of what I call careerpreneurs, that are those analytical creatives that also have professional hats. And some of them have businesses, some of them are kind of playing with the idea of growing a business at some point. Those would be your thought leaders, your leaders that you also help to, bring their brands online. Is there a way for them to delegate in order to free up some time and space and energy to, have that time with their family?
A lot of the thought leaders, or what we call the careerpreneurs, have their families as well. In fact, we have a lot here in Singapore. And one of the key things that I see is that they always also want to do the content creation themselves. I would recommend outsource the content creation part so that you can really focus on what you do best. I mean, you can give them directives and to what exactly you want it to be seen in your postings. And if you are someone who love to write, then write. If you're someone who loves to do the graphics, then do the graphics. But ultimately, how much time are you putting into that piece of being seen as a leader online? How consistent are you, desiring to be seen online? And, if you are not seen online as frequently, people will forget you, because in order to be recognized as a leader, you must be memorable.
Mm-hmm. No, 1,000% agree. So, Genecia, would you recommend for those women that are out there who are the careerpreneurs, thought leaders, or, straight 100% invested in their time as entrepreneurs, would you recommend today, if you were to do your business all over again, that you have to show up online every day visually, or do you feel like there just needs to be some content that's out there as a part of your brand, but not necessarily your face on video? Because that's a whole nother layer of confidence, right? When you start talking about video and live streams and that kind of thing. What would you, if you had to do it all over today, how would you do it different?
Well, depending on your level of guts and confidence, I would say, just try everything and anything that you feel the most comfortable with.
Yeah.
However, getting out of your comfort zone is key to really showing up online. So I would say start a podcast if you hate showing your face. If you love showing your face, then do a video. So do what works best for you and not follow the trend or how the things are turning out. I would say still, of course, monitor the trends, but leverage on what you do best so that you can really go from dream to shine and truly be the leader activated in the online space.
Yeah, I hear that. Show up as you, but show up often and consistently. I hear that completely. That's awesome. You are amazing. So you have a lot that you're managing in the background, and I, of course, would love to talk to you for hours and hours and hours, but I want you to be able to get some sleep because there's a 12-hour plus difference for us. So how do you give yourself permission to pause when you are not boasting out in the boardroom, so to speak?
Well, I give my permission to read and basically, reflect in what has happened and really have gratitude in my heart. I think these piece of kind of like personal work, personal inner healing kind of work is important for me, because we can't give what we don't have, and we can't give if we're not able to receive. So I really believe in filling my cup up to to full, so
Mm-hmm.
that I can continue to give and support and be able to coach and mentor the women that is that is around me and within the community. I do a lot of Facebook lives. In fact, that is also therapeutic for me. I've done over 3,000 over episodes of Facebook lives, or what we call live streaming across Periscope, Twitter, um, YouTube, whichever platforms there were before till now. And I started that in 2013. I find it live streaming actually give me an outlet to talk, because women love to talk. So I love hanging out, even though I'm taking a pause, taking a break, but really, like, just hang out with my community as me gives them a permission to be who they are as well, because it's not just always a hustle and bustle online, but really being who we are and bring our soul. That's why I'm called soul rich woman, right? Bring our soul alignment to the highest level to shine, giving other people the permission to shine as well. So it's kind of like when a woman changes her life, an entire community will benefit.
Absolutely. That was powerful. I appreciate you so much, Genecia. How can people connect with you to just learn more about all that you have going on in the world and continue to be a part of your community?
Well, you can connect with me at soulrichwoman.com. I have 2 free gifts for you. First is Secrets of Personal Branding. It is a book that I've written and one of the best sellers, but now I would like to gift it to you for free. You can download that. And also, how do you delegate 80% of your to-do list so that you can make money online and focus on your zone of genius? So grab that from the website. And if you love today's episode and would like to connect with me, please connect with me at Genecia Alluora on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook.
I love it. You are amazing. Thank you so much for staying up, showing up, and showing out for all of the Balance Boldly listeners today. You are super appreciated, and we value your time. Thank you so much, Genecia.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Balance Boldly listeners, how amazing was that? Super succinct and very powerful. Thank you all, as always, for you carving out your own time, whether you were on a treadmill or you were sitting in between the living room and the dining room at the time of hearing this, because there is not too much traffic going on for many of you right now while we are in shelter in place, depending on your time of hearing this. I appreciate you regardless, but make sure, if you like what you hear on the Balance Boldly for Ambitious Women podcast, subscribe, rate, and share to help us ensure that the other ambitiously bold and brave have access to these valuable life, love, and business balance tools. As normal, if you want to connect with me on social, I'm at Ask Naketa everywhere. So IG, Twitter, you get it, Facebook, all of it, just come through there. And also, we have, for the last few weeks now that's been out, my new personal transformation book, Selfish: Permission to Pause, Live, Love, and Laugh Your Way to Joy. It is everywhere that books are sold. Just dropped a few weeks ago, and we are really thrilled and excited with all of the feedback that we're already getting from our advanced reviewers and the people who picked it up recently. So be a part of that community as well. In the interim, go create your balance and create your joy, but remember, do it boldly.